When Shannon asked if chair yoga was suitable for beginners with limited mobility in my Yoga for Women 50 Plus community, it made me think back to all the women that I've worked with who have limited mobility, who have really struggled, including conditions like osteoporosis, lupus, Parkinson's, arthritis in the hips and spine, scoliosis, and more, and how they work to overcome that. And honestly, questions about limited mobility and doing yoga is a very valid one. Most of the yoga that you see online involves getting on the floor, bending like a pretzel, and balancing like a gymnast, which can feel completely out of reach if you have physical challenges. But that's exactly why chair yoga exists. It meets you where you are. It brings the floor up to you. It supports your hips, helps you move safely, build strength, and feel more confident in your body no matter your starting point. So if you've ever wondered whether chair yoga is right for you, then take a listen in because I'm going to talk about who this is for and give you two inspiring stories from women who took my classes and how they overcame specific limitations and challenges, plus one story of when exercise is not a good fit. Hi, I'm Suzanne Sherrard. I'm a yoga teacher, a life coach, and the founder of the Yoga and Movement Circle, where we host over 11 live classes a week. I've received specialized training to understand the unique challenges that come with limited mobility, and more importantly, how to adapt yoga safely and effectively for those needs. And it's not just about offering modifications, it's about knowing how to support the body with intention so every student feels capable, included, and empowered. And if you're curious about trying a full class with me, I'd love to invite you to a free session. Just comment free yoga below, and I'll personally reach out to you to help you pick the class that's the best fit for your needs, whether it's stress relief, gentle strength, or just getting moving again. I'll remind you at the end, but go ahead and drop that in the comments anytime if you're interested. So let me ask you, do you ever feel like your body holds you back from moving the way that you want to? Just type yes or no in the comments. Or you can rate it 1 to 10, with 10 being I feel completely limited. I'd love to hear where you're starting from. So I can't wait to share this with you because once you understand how chair yoga works for your body, not against it, then everything changes. And the best part is you'll see how real women with real conditions like arthritis, scoliosis, and more are moving better than they have in years. So if you're ready to feel what's possible, let's dive in. I'll walk you through it step by step. So, most doctors advocate for movement, stretching, and exercise. In my experience working with lots of women 50 plus, only one told me that she had been advised against exercising by her doctor. This particular woman, who I met during a health and wellness class, is in her 80s and she suffers from spinal degeneration. She experiences significant pain with walking and bending due to advanced osteoporosis, a condition that weakens the bones and it increases fracture risk. For individuals like her, medical professionals often recommend regular bone density scans and may suggest physical therapy or gentle aquatic exercises to maintain mobility safely. Unfortunately for her, her disease had progressed to a point that it was unsafe for her to do much movement, which she was very sad about and that wished that she could stretch and move. She has lost so much mobility in her life, and unless you're among a very small percentage of women over 50 who are medically advised against exercising due to specific conditions, then rejoice in the fact that you can incorporate movement into your life and find yourself a routine that's not only possible but beneficial. Most all doctors, again, they recommend movement, stretching, and exercise. So start where you are and build yourself up from there. There was another woman who used to come to my chair yoga classes, and she had suffered a stroke. She was also living with Parkinson's disease, And if you know anything about that, you know how the involuntary shaking can be incredibly frustrating. She walked slowly with a cane, and her body was in a constant state of tension, but she still came to class. And I was so proud of her. Every time she walked through that door, I'd smile and tell her how amazing that it was that she was choosing to strengthen her body, no matter how hard that it was for her. I'd see her stretching, and she just seemed so stressed in class, and she was always struggling to stay at the pace that we were moving. So after class, of course, I'm always checking in with her. What was hard? Where can I help you with a modification? And every time, her struggle wasn't really about the poses, it was about her mindset. She'd say things like, I can't get into the poses like you do. Or I feel silly when you're on the next pose and I'm still stuck in the last one. She felt behind and she judged herself for it. And that's when I started my own story, how I used to barely be able to walk because of bursitis in my hips. I could barely get on the mat, and some of those hip openers were just really painful to do. But I stuck with it because I wanted to fight to keep my mobility. And I told her what I'll tell you now: you start where you are and you keep showing up. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. We're all on different paths. The most important thing that you can do for your body is to keep coming, keep trying, and trust that you'll get stronger. Even if it looks different for you, it is still progress. Let me know in the comments if you can relate to that story. And my lastly, one more story about one of my other clients that I worked with. She has lupus and spinal degeneration with a rod in her back, and she was on a morphine pump, yet she still came to my chair yoga classes. This woman struggled with a lot of the poses. Sometimes just sitting in a hard chair was too uncomfortable. So I did several one on one sessions with her, and I gave her a personalized set of modifications. She could actually sit in the recliner and use a footstool for some of the stretches. And we even added some gentle stretches in that she could do right in her bed. I always encouraged her to still attend the group classes. She didn't have to be on the camera. She could just follow along with whatever she was able to do and switch to her personal modifications when she needed a break. So, when a woman tells me that she's not sure if she can do yoga, my first question is always, what restrictions has your doctor given you? Because in my experience, water based movement is the most gentle place to start, and chair yoga is the next step up. It supports the hips, the low back, and again, it's like bringing the floor up to meet your body. So, yes, you can absolutely get into deep, effective stretches while seated too. But I always remind my class, you don't need to do everything I do. I'll guide you into the full expression of the pose, and you do what feels good to you. Start where you are, use the tools such as props, blocks, straps. We use different props to support us. But most of all, just keep showing up, keep coming, get on a routine, do it on a regular basis. Let me know if that's something that you struggle with. Showing up, procrastination. Sometimes we don't enjoy exercising and it can be hard. So let me know in the comments. And call before you go. I'd love to hear from you. What's your biggest takeaway from the video? Let me know in the comments what's one thing that's been holding you back from trying yoga. I read every comment, and your story might inspire someone else to feel brave enough to begin. And if this conversation gave you hope or clarity, imagine how empowered you'll feel after actually moving your body in a way that feels supportive, safe, and is made just for you. So I'd love to personally invite you to a free yoga class inside my Yoga and Movement Circle. It's created especially for women 50 plus who want to build strength, balance, and confidence without pressure, pain, or perfection. We offer live 11 Zoom classes a week, including chair yoga, gentle strength training, and just calming breath work to connect to the body and relax into the stretches. So feel free to comment free yoga below, and I'll reach out to you and choose the class that's the best fit for you. Take care. Bye bye for now.